70.3 Eagleman Startlist Power Rankings, Episode 1. Listen, we do this every race, I guess, for the Pro Series if it's a man and female field. And I think, it's just, we should pull back the curtain a little bit on how we do this, because last time the discussion was pretty funny. We got really, deep into the weeds over pointless stuff. And I was like, let's just throw this out here. I'm sure it would be good content for people to laugh. So you guys agreed. And let's show them how the sauce is made with these power rankings, if you will.
Yeah, this is basically the group chat just in a podcast, which is perfect. This was a violent group chat last race too. We got pretty passionate over some picks.
How do you guys want to roll with this? Do you want to do men's first and then women's, or do you want to do women's and then men?
Let's do men's first, then women's, because actually I think the hotter takes are going to be in the women's race this round.
I think you're right, because I did a podcast this morning and I'm like, damn, I have way more opinions about the women's field than the men's field.
Yeah.
I am going to kickstart some things a little bit. I do think the Conor McGregor bottom tier, who the fuck is that guy, is a great tier, because pulling names from the list, I'm like, there was like 4 or 5 of these guys that I'm like, yeah, they're ranked high, but who the fuck is this guy? And I don't think he should be ranked any higher than this. So I think, the major discussion is going to be in the mid tier. And I'm going to throw it out here, guys. A tier. Any debate? I don't think we really need to debate this. Should we say it in 3, 2, 1? Sam Long.
Yo. It's basically Sam Long's race to win or lose. Because, I mean, this is you guys. So Blake was, before we got on, describing the swim to me, which is kind of important. So, Blake, give the breakdown on the swim, because this obviously plays in Sam Long's favor. But there is a nuance to that.
Yeah, so if you look at the swim map here, they take you out kind of closer to the shore against the current. So the current isn't as impactful on the way out. And then when you flip around, you get closer to the middle of the river, and the current kind of pushes you back into T1 a little bit easier.
Yes. So those groups are basically going to be decided at the halfway point. And then it's just everybody will be together for the second half of the swim because the current's pushing you. So it's going to be a race to the turnaround, and then just everybody's set basically. So if Sam's back, Greg will be pushing the swim crazy hard. But even if Sam's back 2 minutes at the halfway, he's not going to lose that much time in the second half.
And we know these roads are butter, so it's...
Oh, Sam will go 154. I don't know. What is he going to bike here, do you guys think?
This is our Venice.
Whatever they did at Venice, I was going to say is what should be.
Last time there was a pro race here was 2022 on this. I don't know if it was the same course or not, but the fastest bike was Cody Beals went 202. Oh, and this was before we knew that bottles made you faster. So we're talking in the dark ages of Aero, 2020. This was...
It might have been 23. I did it in 22. There was no pro
field.
Oh, this is 2023. My bad. Yeah.
No, it wasn't a pro race in 23 either.
So we're talking, I know 19 was a pro race because Kara did it. My wife.
It was 2022 actually, Bali. Yeah. It was Eagleman 73. But you might be thinking Maryland because isn't Maryland on part of this course? Maryland Ironman.
Maybe I did 21 then. Maybe I raced 21.
You might have 21.
Yeah, I think you did 21.
Yeah. Nice. All right. All right, this is the meat and potatoes, guys. I'm actually very mad. Ironman gave Ben Canute 3, and I think Sam Long's probably pissed as well because Ben's raced at the top of the sport at every level. He's literally looks for storylines to get motivated, and you give a guy like Ben bib number 3 behind Schuster, that's going to piss him off.
I actually agree with that, dude, because this is not we're just going to hope that Schuster's not watching this right now, because I actually got a hot take that he's not getting this top 5. I don't think he's even in this top 5. That's not hot.
That's not hot.
I mean, the guy's coming off of, Texas, he goes 6th. That's a great day in Texas. Great day. Then he goes over and races in Europe. He races at Podium. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Does anybody know how to pronounce that? What's...
Blake's our international student.
International. How does 73 PAYSDAIX? Blake, give it to me. What is that?
Wait, this is the AIX one?
Yeah. That's not how you pronounce it, Blake. That's not even close.
It's irrelevant. It's French. The French people
it doesn't even count. Yeah, it's not even a real word. So you probably just say the P and the A, and that's it. So
yeah, I don't even. Yeah,
he has a good day in Texas, but he might just be. I mean, he looks like he's an Ironman fitness because then he finishes very mid, 33rd over there in France.
He's very Anthony Costas right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
a good comparison.
it's
And I
so
love Costas. Don't get me wrong. Like I think that guy's like that's kind of my Hail Mary. Like if he has his day, but you're right, he's kind of, you know, I mean, he's hit or miss, very
like
hit or
in this,
miss.
he's kind of in this middle ground with Worf, where it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
Worf's going to destroy the bike. We know that. And then he's just going to hold on to, like, he's going to do a Real where like, he's just going to hammer the bike and just save as many spots on the run as possible. And that's not disrespect to these guys. I mean, they bike the house down. So I think
this is, dude, if
grouping
those
that,
guys, yeah, if these guys come off the bike to get, so look at this potential bike group in this race. These guys will probably come out together, and if they don't, they'll find each other. We're forgetting one huge, we're actually forgetting a guy that might bike faster than Sam Long. Here's Robert Callan in this race.
okay.
Robert Callan is the guy who, like,
Inform me
Dude.
about his work.
Robert, one, he's huge. He's like 6'4", 5. I could be getting his height wrong. We're gonna say, what is that in centimeters, Blake? Is that
I don't know,
is
but
that
you
is that
should look at him ride a
150
bike.
centimeters?
It's like-
I don't know.
Him
He's
riding
t-
bikes like poetry. It's
He's
crazy.
he's a beast.
He looks
If-
good.
If he comes out near Sam, Cam Worth, Trevor Foley, Robert Callan, Jackson, dude, what are they gonna do? Like bike 149? Is somebody
That's what
gonna
I
go
was gonna
under?
say. You said 154. I think under 150 for sure.
I think Blake's right, dude. If these are butter roads, that is
Butter.
arguably the 5 best cyclists in long course outside of Rico Bogan. Right? Like, dude, if Rico was in this race, you might as well just make this a like bike TT. Just make
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking for 2-tier. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Captain America, like we can't even fuck with that right
Sam
now.
Long.
Like, dude, dude, Ben Canute skipped St. George and didn't go to Chattanooga and didn't go to T100 San Fran. Motherfucker is prioritizing. He had an all right, you know, I mean, a great showing, I would say, at Texas, but like probably not up to his standards, but 5th at Oceanside, if I'm not mistaken, or 4th, something like that.
Somewhere there. Yeah.
And he got the 3 bib. So this guy's pissed. And nothing's more dangerous
Ben will
than
bike with him, man. Ben might be able to stay with Greg. So let's say Greg just guns this swim and makes everybody pay for thinking it's going to be an easy swim. Ben's the one guy here who I'm looking at this list might be able to stay with him. Like
Sachar?
who? Sagiv?
Sagiv. Yeah.
But the thing with Sagiv, I know he's short course, but like he's never led at like Greg and Ben both could like lead out a WTS race still. I mean, Blake, what do you think on Sagiv? Like, I love Sagiv because I'm going to talk about Sagiv in a second, but I don't think in the swim he's going to factor in. I think he's
No, I don't
missing
think he's
Ben
going to factor, but you don't think he can hold feet for 20 minutes?
not Greg's feet, man. No, Greg's feet, dude, holding Greg's feet when he wants to go is like, there's like 3 guys in triathlon that
But you
can
think
do
Ben
that.
can hold it?
Maybe. I'm saying Ben maybe can hold them.
So are we looking at Ben? I mean, guys, we can't discount this motherfucker right here. He's been on
I think
fire
wherever you
this
put
year.
Ben, you got to put Sam.
I was
He's
about to
been
say that.
right there.
And Apo's fit now too, man. That's the guy. Like,
Hear me out. If we're grouping these athletes, these guys have a chip on their shoulder. Who else has a chip on their shoulder? I think we know.
Who's got Jackson? Jackson's got a chip right now, dude. Jackson's coming back off.
These 2 motherfuckers right now. Now,
Yeah.
as much as I don't want to
Foley
put
and
Trevor
Jackson.
in the top 2, because
I
think
to.
at some point you gotta perform, you gotta put up or shut up. But if there is ever a race that this guy goes off, it's
a
right
race
here,
like
because
this.
it's flat. He's got no excuse. He's got all the cobwebs off. We know he got a payday. He's got sponsors to satisfy. I think we put Trevor up there with Jackson, and that solidifies 2nd tier. What do you guys
Dude,
think?
an angry, motivated Trevor's dangerous too. Because if you
That's what
remember
I'm
last year going into Placid, he was coming off not as usual. Like he didn't have that great start season, then just goes into Placid, and this is right around we're building into that Placid time period again. I think Foley's coming in fit, and he's like angry because also in St. George, he's had some just bad luck to start the year too, man. Just so if the bike holds together and like nothing bad happens and no penalties, I think he's right there in that top 3 battle all day.
So Ben getting the 3 bib is a enough motivation. Appleton, people have been calling him a long course guy, aka I've been calling him a long course guy.
He's always there.
Jackson, he's St. Anthony's holding the best bike power. He's always, the bridesmaid, never the bride in a lot of situations. And then Trevor, hasn't been able to put it together this season. So I think right here, you got a lot of pissed off talent. How do you guys feel about this name, chip on the shoulder?
I like it. They're angry and they're ready to score.
Dude, I think one more to put in there is Robert Callan.
Okay.
I know he can't run. I know
what's he mad
can't.
about? create something. What's he
Dude,
mad about?
because
Traveling
nobody
in
thinks the
Maryland.
guy can run. He's like Rico Bogan before last year, where nobody thinks he's just a biker. They're like, oh, he's just gonna bike. He's gonna. I think I'm gonna call it now. I actually think first off the bike is Robert Cowan, ahead of Sam Long even.
You hear
I
that?
don't think he wins, but I'm saying he's gonna come off the bike first.
That's a hot take.
I'm taking Blake. You know who he's, dude. He's no joke. Like the
Oh, I
Europeans
know,
love
I
this guy. They think
That
he's.
this is a sexy second tier here.
There's so much bike power in that second tier. The normalized power across the board there is going to be like 380 watts for this 73.
All right, now hear me out. Hear me out. Third tier. We got specialty guys. We got long course guys. We got 3 more tiers. We got the legacy guys. We already know who the legacy guys are. Greg Harper, Adam Fye, Cam Worth, but they're all like Greg's a specialty guy, Cam's a specialty guy. How do we split this off? Because Sagiv as well. Like Sagiv's the 3-tier guy, in my opinion.
This is
Quentin DeVos, 5th at Ironman Maryland 2 years ago.
Yep, Belgian. Yeah. Okay, so I think the name for this one is Hail Mary and a bike mechanical away from the top 5.
Is a Hail Mary one word? 2, right?
That's two.
Hail
Yeah.
Mary and a mechanical.
Somebody in that top tier's
way.
gotta have a mechanical, and then these guys are it. Now I wanna.
This is so fucking funny.
This sounds mean. This sounds mean, but this is actually a compliment to all these guys because it's like, dude, you're right there, but like we're not going to say you're just going to go out there and like beat Sam Appo because Sam Appo proves it every race, you know? Like,
So we're putting
Appo,
Schuster.
Appo, Canute, guys like that, you can't bet against them because they're so consistent.
So who we got up here? We got Schuster. You think Costas?
Sagiv for sure is in there.
Sagiv.
Am I pronouncing that right, Blake? If you
Quentin
actually heard
DeVos.
his name.
The boss, and can we put Worth there or no?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
Worf goes in there.
Yeah, these guys are gonna have to get a lot smaller.
You just got DeVos and Worth.
Just overlap them.
Quentin, though, I think we got to throw Quentin in there. Like he's a wild card because he's gonna bike. You want to talk about top 5 off the bike?
I know, man.
I wouldn't count any Belgium out of anything.
That's a fair point. And also Quentin I mean last year in Maryland he runs a 2023 he runs a 247. The problem is, man, he has no 2025 results yet.
Who is this?
This guy right here.
Quentin
He's also kind of old. He's also kind of old. But in Europe, 40's the new 20. So
yeah, I just you know what? Put him there just out of respect because the guy's had a great career. When you look down, like he's just been solid across the board. But like, there's no result here that I'm seeing in his past that tells me like he's capable in this race of running like a 112, which I think will be the minimum to get top 5 here. I think you got to run a 112.
Cam Worth also did a 200-mile charity ride this week, or last week.
That's his taper, man. That's like he's
Okay.
That's a normal Saturday.
The guy's done Paris-Roubaix and then like an Ironman like a week or 2 later. So it's like,
all right, here now. I think this is where we round it off here, and we can put this to bed. These are our specialty guys. We got East Coast boy Greg.
Yeah.
And then we have the pros pro Adam Fye. I don't know how to label these guys.
Dude, Adam also is like, man, I almost want to throw him a big compliment of like putting him in that almost in that next year. He's an in-between for me because the guy has actually thrown down some like, what was it, Chattanooga last year?
Yeah, you get thrown down, she takes a mile.
Hurricane Chattanooga.
He's one of the most consistent guys in both distances.
He can bike too.
He's got a full-time job. He's a dad. I mean, the guy's just what he would do.
And like, we all want to, like, I want to put Greg in the next tier, but the problem is this course does not, like, there's 2 things you can guarantee in triathlon right now. One, not a single European course is ever measured correctly. So you can't ever look at a European times correctly if you're looking at these PTO results. And 2 is that, like, every swim in North America does not favor Greg Harper. Like that. We need like Greg Harper friendly swims so that guy's strength can actually result in like being further up the field than he should be.
I don't know what to label this, guys. I'm drawing a blank here.
Mid-pack heroes. I don't know what to call this.
This is all American boys. Yeah.
All American boys. I like that. Well, we gotta throw isn't Zed Roy Canadian? Don't we gotta throw Zed in there? Zed's solid.
All North American boys.
He's solid, man. I know him.
Okay,
yeah.
right.
He's not bad, but if we called all American boys, the Canadians might get mad at us here.
Hey, yep. All North American boys. Oh, in
North
parentheses.
American boys. There we go. The Canadian-U.S. coalition.
Okay.
This is healing Canadian-U.S. relations at the moment, which are strained.
The Coalition.
There you go. Yeah.
We're good. How you doing?
And I've even got some Matt Collins results up here. This is how deep a dive I did, man. Also, very tall, big guy, dude. 1.93 meters, 77 kilos. This guy's a big boy. He's a big, strong guy.
Is this the tallest start list?
Dude, you
so
gotta
far?
cheer for this guy. So here, Collins has some interesting results, man. So in Jesselo, Blake, did you watch Jesselo at all? Because we're talking European racing here. That was a fast race. Like those boys were. He was 22nd there, man. Not bad. He
22nd. What was his time? Yeah,
so this is how fast that race was, man. 3:43 got you 22nd place there.
It was insane.
So 24 swim, 2:02 bike, 1:11 run. But as I just said, can you trust European results? That could have been an 11-mile run for all we know.
That run was a little short.
Yeah,
but that's
you don't
also
say.
cool.
Yeah,
people
shocking.
were biking way faster.
Has it ever been long? Has that?
Yes.
That French race that I was shitting on, the 54 mile, it's a 13.3 mile run. I looked at like 3 different results.
That's actually funny.
I didn't post about it.
we're just shitting on European triathlon, and then they're like, no, we're gonna even it out by making the run long. Come on, guys.
Dude, Ted Treese actually DM'd me. He's like, actually, I kind of agree with it. It's stupid to do like a stupid out and back. Like if it's a perfect loop or something, like just cut it. You know, who cares?
No,
I'm like,
he's right. Yeah.
I'm like, that's valid. Like,
Ted's 100% right there. I get that. And also, like, dude, we're all always like, oh, he's a 112 or 113 guy. We're like, that's going full trust on the measurement of these courses. We need to stop saying you're like some time on a run. Just like, where'd you place in the race? Like, what was the day? Where'd you place in the race?
Yeah, exactly. All right. So men's is solidified. Daddy Longlegs got a little chip on your shoulder. Hail Mary and a mechanical away from a top 5. The Canadian-U.S. coalition. And who the is that guy? All due respect, gentlemen. We're just pundits here, giving our 2 cents, trying to entertain the masses. So don't take it personal.
Or take it personal. You know, that's fine too. Yeah. If it makes you do better, take it personal.
All right. So down to the women. I think we're all at agreement again. There is somebody here that is in her own class, and there should be a warning call. She is coming.
No, man, I've got a hot take here right now.
Oh,
I've got a very, very hot take. I am.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I want to say, okay, so here's my actual take is Lucy does not win this race. I know that's insane. She's gonna win this race by 8 minutes, and then she's gonna like make me look incredibly stupid, and she's not watching this. But if she was, I hope I get reposted as like a screw this guy. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. That swim, she's not gonna be able to get much of a gap. She's gonna come out by herself, but she's not gonna have that big of a gap. There are 3 women, I think, that are actually capable on their best day of giving her trouble. Okay. And this is over a 73. So she just got done with Lanzarote. So she's in some Ironman block right now. She's not that fit for Lucy, which is fine because she's like October. October's when she's going to be fit, okay? She's going to be really fit in October. Right now, Sidaro's angry. So this is the folly pick is Sidaro comes in angry. And I actually think Sidaro, when she's got like something to prove, is dangerous. So I'm going Sidaro. Tamara's starting to gain some momentum. So we're talking 2 excellent runners there who both can outrun Lucy. And last, this is a way outside pick, man, but hear me out on this one, okay? Daniela Kleiser.
That's not outside. That's not outside.
Right? Yeah. Thank you. So that's no inside. T100 San Francisco, she's 10th on a biker-friendly course, like a super biker-friendly course. All right? Oh, and she can run, man. Kleiser can run, like no joke. So we got 3 really dangerous runners coming up from behind. So if Lucy is not like on the gas on this bike, she might be in trouble on that run. And I think she gets run down. I'm gonna say Sidaro. Just to play it safe, but I want to say Kleiser tomorrow, but I'm going to say Sidaro.
Blake, I think we have veto power here. Like, we know we're putting Lucy at the top. Evan, that was a valiant effort for your argument.
If this happens, I want a reel of this tape and tag Lucy in it. Please tag Chelsea too, so she's like, oh, somebody was on my side for this one.
All right, so we have honestly, I kind of want to label the second tier as a chip on your shoulder,
Yeah.
again. I think these three
Yep.
women, and I would even throw Grace in there.
I
I
was
think
gonna say
Grace is gonna she's
Grace,
gonna come out
100%. Yeah.
first on maybe right on Lucy's tail. She's gonna be right there on the bike, especially these butter roads. If there's ever a chance for Grace to gamble on
If
the
she
bike, it's
stays
this
with
race.
Lucy, yeah. If she
So
stays with Lucy, Grace is on this podium. I think Grace makes this podium.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna put Chip on it, or should I say pissed off for a podium?
Say coming in hot because they're like all pissed, you know.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Hungry dogs run the farthest.
Yeah.
Should I do Hungry Dog? DAWG.
Yeah. There you go.
Hungry Dog. Okay. So
Is there anybody? So here's the other thing: is does Lisa Bacheris make it into that group?
that's a rest versus fresh. Like St.
She
George
just came off
destroyed.
T100.
She came off St.
She's
George.
been racing a lot.
Did she race Chatty? I
Did
don't
she
know.
race Chatty? That's such a wild stretch of racing.
And then pull that up.
Alice, I know, huge American fan base. I don't see her. She's not a 70.3 racer. I'll put it that way. Like she's an Iron Woman. Like she is a beast at the Ironman. She'll top 5, top 7 on a pro series, like all day, every day.
Yep.
At the 70.3, especially with Adeline coming in here, but looking at how shallow this women's field is, Lisa, Adel, and
Bacheris was not in Lisa did not do chat, but she just did San Francisco too.
I'm thinking this is kind of where it needs to play here. Is you got Lisa, Adeline, because I don't know. Honestly, I knew nothing about Lincoln until I started looking up her results, and I'm like,
I had to look up her results.
Great white hope here.
Yeah, she's coming in for sure. She's going to be solid.
I don't even know what to label this.
Yeah, this is like that. They're like tired, if that makes sense. They're like coming in like just absolutely worked. Like they've been racing a lot. Has Alice been racing? I need to look more at Alice here.
She did Texas. I know that, right? Didn't she do Texas?
She did Texas and Oceanside. She was 4th in Texas, but you're right. I think that she was 12th in Oceanside, so she was definitely off the mark in Oceanside. But you can imagine she was just training for Texas.
Listen, I think Alice came. Timing's everything in this world. We all know that. I think when Alice came onto the scene, it was perfect timing. Like 70.3 racing, what it isn't today. It was an Olympic year. She took advantage of that. Yep. I just think she is built for Ironman racing, and I don't see her being in a top 5 at this race. But you can't deny the strength and the shallowness of this field.
Do you know who she is in the men's field? There's a perfect example. She's Adam Fay, in my opinion. They're both like iron built. They're both really solid, like top 5 contenders and even a good Ironman race. But they're not going to like. The bottom line is these days to be in a 73 podium, and this is as I say that Robert Callan's going to like factor in, is you got to run like a 112 or faster. And then if you want to win, you got to be 110 unless you're Sam Long on the bike. And if you're in Europe. If you're in Europe, you got to run a 102, something like that. I mean, what gets you a Europe win these days?
Yeah, seriously. Danielle Keisler's 113 at Venice is scary.
So fast.
Yeah, dude, that's scary.
This is why, like, I'm picking Sidara just because I trust Chelsea's bike more than I trust Keisler's bike, just because she got kind of dropped. I mean, San Francisco, she got dropped there for sure. She had the 2nd fastest run, 3rd fastest run for the women, I think, in San Francisco. Okay. She was 105.
So I think the next, so Kristen Mercant, you could look at her results. She's been injured for like the past 5 years. I want to say she's older than most of the field, but you look at her results and when she races, I mean, she top 10 like every time. Like I think it's if you don't know now you know type of situation.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? Where can we throw her in here?
Something about gambling for that like title, because you're right. This would be like, hey, if it hits, like it's going to be good, but the chances are low.
Or no, bet the over, right? It would be bet the over.
Yeah.
I think Arlette, if I'm not mistaken, just nothing crazy on her results from what I was looking at. I could be wrong. I think she was more of an Iron Woman, like
that's what I was saying too.
Good results.
Yep.
Carrie's pissed off. She's had a rough start of the year. She is showing progress.
She has, because her last start was her best race so far, and she's starting to see her run is like starting to gain some momentum too.
And I know she was going through some stuff before Peru, which probably affected her. So she's coming right around there with bet the over.
Yep.
Blake,
because she can bike too, man. Carrie's a good biker, which means these races are going to be determined by either you have the best run, like you have the best run legs, or you really, really have a very strong bike.
Blake, you had some inside info on Claire Dasso. You told me I needed to add her. I know nothing about her, so can you enlighten us and the fans?
Yeah, she won the draft legal for collegiate natties this year in Miami. I believe this is her first 70.3. She might have done one as an amateur. I couldn't find anything, but yeah, definitely one of her first pro 70.3s. So we'll
How
see how
fast a
that goes.
runner
But she's
are we
definitely
talking, Blake? How fast is she running?
let me pull it up.
If
I
you're
mean,
if you're if you're winning anything collegiate these days, you got to be a good runner.
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like, regardless of what level you're running at, especially
yeah.
at Queens. I mean, you're
Oh
training in the
yeah.
hot, humid Charlotte area. It's very
Yeah.
flat. You're training in that environment. I mean, you're probably training with the NCAA squad, so
If you're on scholarship these days for NCAA, you run fast.
you're a
That's
smart cookie if you're at Queens
She
too.
won club nationals, not NCAA.
Well, I'm
Oh,
saying you're
gotcha.
probably
Okay, yeah.
training with NCAA.
Yeah.
And her,
Yeah.
Miles is her coach. Shout out Miles Fowler.
Yep.
All right. So while Blake's still pulling up some timing on her, our last two, Laura Matthews and I honestly, I don't know much.
Laura Matthews, I didn't get any results. I can look it up quick, but let's go. Yeah, bottom tier there.
These are the top ranked women outside of Dasso. We did 40% of the start list, give or
Mm-hmm.
take 1 or 2% for both male and female. So there's not many other names other than maybe what was it, Sarah Bishop on the female list that we're missing from here. That is a name, a household name.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sarah's, I mean, like, but Sarah just had a result not too long ago that was not, not going to be anything to write home about, but is a solid, consistent pro. So it's like, you know, somebody who could be in the mix if there's a big bike pack that forms. But I chatted she was 15th this year, ran 140. And funny enough, Laura Matthews was right around her too in that race. They were kind of together in that, like, well out of the top 10 group. So I just don't think they'll factor in on and I mean, for all we know, I think Sarah's a pretty good swim. I could be wrong, but I think she's a good swimmer. So this race again doesn't favor her.
yeah, no, I agree. Should we add her down here at the bottom list out of respect because we know her pedigree
Yeah.
and I think she deserves to be on here for sure.
Yeah, just out of respect, as we love the consistent pros who show up every single year too. That's hard to do, man. That's when we start looking at some of these people. I mean, me and Bolly are getting older here. Blake's still a young guy, but I mean, we're like getting to the point where anybody who can race in their mid to late 30s is just impressive to me. Like that's just so impressive. It's not easy year after year to line up and get it done.
Yeah. Mad respect to the old heads.
Thanks, Blake. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dude, what gets hard as you get older too is like, I know that like run mileage is something that just when you get into your mid 30s as an iron athlete, like you really appreciate the actual aerobic base you get from swim and biking because it becomes very, very hard to stack run mileage as you
The
get older.
recovery just gets hard, right?
Oh yeah, man. It's just like recovery is just like, you do a hard workout, you pop out there for a run the next day, you're just like gimping through a jog. Like it's bad. Yeah.
Okay, what can we name this bottom tier here as I throw Bishop in to round it off and to end this episode, guys? I think we nailed it. I mean, 35 minutes in, we really hit the nail on the head here. Let's bring it home.
I actually got a good one here. How about out of respect? Out of respect.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I like it.
And but out of respect.
Because like, we keep on saying pros pro because I would call them all just pros pro, but this is like out of respect that, hey, if they have their day, we know they can race.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's how we do the power rankings. 70.3 Eagleman start list power rankings, the best entertainment in triathlon right here down your left. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Talk to you later,
Thank
boys.
you. Good stuff.
Let me stop it. Stay on.